Separated from the love of her life, a scared and heartbroken Amina sent a letter to Joseph's mom reading, "I hate it here. I heart Jojo, and I pray we'll be together again." Amina sent another letter to Joseph saying, "I don't care. He'll have to kill me first. I'd rather die than live without you. One day, we'll be married and happy. I love you. I can't stop crying. I love you." She also wrote in emails that her father was still determined to sell both her and sister Sarah into an arranged marriage in his native Egypt, saying he's gonna take me over there and let some guy choose me like I'm a freaking object. I'd give anything to just get to pick my own husband. And when Amina finally refused to take part in an arranged marriage, her Aunt Jill says a furious Yasser reportedly threatened to kill both her and Sarah, whom he discovered had a secret boyfriend too.
He had pulled a gun on him that day, and he was going to kill me.
The sisters finally realized they had to get away from Yasser to save their own lives.
And that's when Amina and her sister made the plan that they were going to go ahead and run away.
She just didn't want to be under her dad anymore, and that her and Sarah basically had enough, and they wanted a chance at a real life, so they left.
And Mom Patricia fled with them, driving to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they leased an apartment to hide out.
When we left, we took our SIMS cards out of our cell phones and we broke them in half and threw them in the trash.
The first thing that the father would try to do was try to track them from their cell phones. And after they left, they got another one from, some small carrier.
The first thing Amina did was call the sweetheart she'd been pining for.
And we started talking again, and, we realized everything that we felt was still there. And just because things had gotten a little crazy, that there was no reason to give up on it.
But Yasser wasn't giving up either, trying to find his runaway wife and daughters through her family.
He was trying to say that he wanted them to come home, and I told her it's a trick, just don't go back, just stay away.
Their mom, Patricia, would make the mistake of calling him, and once Yasser had their new number, he was relentless.
Leaving voicemails and then sending emails to my phone and Amina's phone saying that just to go back home, it was our house, not to leave.
And Joseph says Amina noticed her mother's resolve weakening.
She was very worried because her mom was having second thoughts.
Then a fateful decision.
We agreed on going back to Texas.
That was a horrible idea, just to stay gone. I mean, if you can't trust your mom and you know what your dad is like, what? And she told me that she had to do what she had to do.
Amina and Sarah Said had to run for their lives, fleeing their Lewisville, Texas home with Mom Patricia to escape their allegedly abusive and violent father, Yasser.
He had pulled a gun on him that day, and he was going to kill me.
And the three were living in Oklahoma, where Yasser couldn't find them.
They basically had enough, and they wanted a chance at a real life.
But now Patricia tells her daughters she wants them to return to Texas to visit family members over the Christmas and New Year's holiday. And Amina and boyfriend Joseph are alarmed.
Amina was very scared because, she knew what that meant.
Being within easy and dangerous reach of her father.
Joseph begged her not to go back. He said, Amina, you know what's going to happen.
But Mom Patricia had reportedly reassured her daughters they wouldn't be staying with Yasser.
Amina said that my sister Patricia and had told her that she was going to come back and stay at my house and put flowers on my mom's grave for her birthday.
And Amina reluctantly agrees to go.
And I remember just telling her no. And she told me that she had to do what she had to do.
It isn't until they arrive back in Lewisville that Amina discovers to her horror that her mother has apparently tricked her and Sarah.
Then she told them, I'm going back to your father.
And and that they were going with her, prompting a panicked Amina to send a text message to boyfriend Joseph telling him that she was terrified.
Sarah went and Amina refused.
She said, I'm never going back. I'd rather die before I go back.
Amina refused to go home. She went to her friend's house.
But Yasser begs Amina to at least visit him.
Amina talked to Yasser, and he told her that everything was going to be okay.
And Amina agrees to meet him on the first day of the new year and what will turn out to be the last day of her life.